touchdown. And boards back out in front, a shot and a score. In through the zone, they're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, Billy King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal.
Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. In through the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, Billy King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal.
Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. In through the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, Billy King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal.
Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. In through the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, Billy King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal.
Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. In through the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, Billy King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal.
Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. In through the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, Billy King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal.
Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races, touchdown. And Boyd back out in front, a shot and they score. Into the zone, right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! Away the opportunity. Comes back in, center of the ice, open goal, and they score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, like King goes around the horn or something.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons, no shot on goal.
Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And Boyd back out in front. A shot and they score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! Away the opportunity. Comes back in, center of the ice. Open goal and they score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, like King goes around the horn or something.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons, no shot on goal.
Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And Boyd back out in front. A shot and they score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! Away the opportunity. Comes back in, center of the ice. Open goal and they score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, like King goes around the horn or something.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons, no shot on goal.
Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And Boyd back out in front. A shot and they score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! Away the opportunity. Comes back in, center of the ice. Open goal and they score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, like King goes around the horn or something.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons, no shot on goal.
Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And Boyd back out in front. A shot and they score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! Away the opportunity. Comes back in, center of the ice. Open goal and they score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, like King goes around the horn or something.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons, no shot on goal.
Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And Boyd back out in front. A shot and they score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! Away the opportunity. Comes back in, center of the ice. Open goal and they score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, like King goes around the horn or something.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons, no shot on goal.
Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races, touchdown. And boards back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, they're right on the opposing side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal.
Up back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races, touchdown. And boards back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, they're right on the opposing side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal.
It is finally soccer season in the Ocean State as we welcome you to Bristol, Rhode Island. It is the Mount Hope Huskies and the Classical Purple in Rhode Island Interscholastic League boys soccer action here on Fans Only Sports Network. Matt Jolis alongside Brady Kutu. The first time that we will see the Mount Hope Huskies since they got bounced out of the state championship, the state championship playoffs last year. Classical lost in the state championship to a very tight Barrington side that we'll see later in the season. As we are set and ready to go here, Mount Hope in the traditional home blacks, Classical in the white. As we put 40 minutes on the board. Welcome to high school soccer season finally.
Thanks, Matt. One of the more exciting sports I find to call, so I'm really, really excited to get another great season underway. For me, the factor to keep an eye on is the keeper for Mount Hope, and Evan Gary. He's a freshman who has, we were talking earlier, some really big shoes to fill after last season.
Yeah, the departure of Matt Tercero, who was here for 4 years and kind of, I think, cemented himself perhaps as one of the most legendary players in boys soccer in Mount Hope, and especially, I think, of course, the very first Mount Hope game I called, he scored a penalty shot in overtime and then also ended up saving 3 more penalty shots to have Mount Hope win that game. That was actually in the state playoffs, and kind of a great addition and welcome to Mount Hope soccer for me at that time, as Classical is going to push this one right along the touchline. And that's the 24 of Torrin Kelly. For the 8 of Talon Aguiar Jr. It's taken off of the ball there in the midfield. Good turnover by Chris Vargas. Vargas, one of those players to watch for the purple. Outside, along the edge of that 20 and sent in, and a save will be made. Good first early start for the purple here, getting that ball down the field, having to peel one off of a touchline with a couple of defenders on them.
Yeah, early, almost a minute in, we're seeing the Classical attack early. I want to see them get a couple more guys in the box. Maybe if they could get, if they can go a 6-on-4 situation, we could see some more chances created in an early goal.
Caught back in the midfield for a second there was Aiden Pereira. Bounces around, tapped by Martins. Martins will move that one along. As it's carried forward for the 23 of Jesse Wilson. Wilson, one of those players that Mount Hope on offense is going to look for heavily this year to be the production line. I think Wilson and Maddox Canario, along with Parker Camello, are going to be the few players that will be seen up front for this Huskies as they hold it on that back line. Comes across once again. That's Aguiar. Got that ball taken off of him. Tapped back for Pereira. Pereira crosses that one to the opposite side touchline. And a little bit of a bottleneck going on in the midfield.
Mount Hope moving it through the middle of the field.
Yeah, and with not a lot of
No.
not a lot of help right there, as that one just got sent all the way down. They tried to chase, and it doesn't really work in their favor. That's going to actually get pushed outside of the touchline, and it goes off of that aforementioned 23 of Wilson. And so Classical with a throw.
Mount Hope getting in a 4-2-1-3. That could be one of the cons. I mean, 4-2-1-3, a very good formation in my opinion, but one of the cons of that is when you get the ball in the middle of the field down that left side, you don't have a lot of help.
And we've seen that sometimes in that 4-2 that we're talking about, you see that odd shift also that starts to happen, and you leave a whole entire side of the field open.
Exactly.
I'd like to see more of these teams start to go back into some of the old school styles. I like the old Liverpool style of the 90s, playing that flat back four with the box midfield or the diamond midfield.
Okay.
And because you stretch open the field a little bit more, and you have the ability to sort of really get those overlap runs in the alley, and we don't see that happen too much. There's a lot of this modern style of the try to fast-paced front, and there goes a fast-paced front. As we were talking about it, right in the line, and there's Aguiar. Got that one to bounce off and send forward for Wilson, and a good shot. That is scooped up, and Jesse Wilson gets the first opportunity of the evening for the Huskies.
Oh, it was a lovely ball in for Jesse Wilson. I like how we stopped a little bit, try to find something as we have a whistle. It looks to be a foul, but Wilson, again, you were touching upon it earlier, one of the veterans, one of the players to watch for this team. If he can keep getting in chances like that, Mount Hope, much like Classical, if they can get some more guys in the box, we'll have an early goal.
Yeah, Parker Camello not in the starting lineup for the Huskies today. One of those seniors that we expect to see a lot out of. Justin Mendes as well, too, and that we could see. A deep bench for this Huskies team still, even with all the graduations that they had last year. I want to say that the Huskies, I think, graduated 8 or 9 players last season, but it just goes to show the Mount Hope program as a whole and youth soccer really in this Bristol, Rhode Island area, how deep it is.
They're a program that's on the rise, right? And I know we have the typical powerhouses of Hendricken, Barrington always contends, LaSalle as well, but I mean, you take a team like Mount Hope who had a really good run in the state tournament, and it's been with this depth and this youth, they're very much on the rise. Even we're very early, we're only 5 minutes into the season, they look like a playoff team already.
Yeah, Mount Hope deep runs in the playoffs the past couple of seasons. And that one's going to just get pushed all the way back. You can come back a little bit. You don't need to be so far in all the time. Show more of the...
Easy save there for Evan Grease, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Grease getting that one as it gets sent across the midfield. Mount Hope, again, another progressive play out of the backfield. Another time they've gotten bottled up in the field. This time they're going to get it outside on that touchline. Aguiar going to get that one forward to Wilson. Wilson is going to try to track free. He was looking for help again inside of the 6, and really nobody there.
I think that they got to – so Mount Hope likes to go that 4-5-1. But the problem with the 4-5-1 is if you take those central midfielders, you play them back too far, and it creates those problems up front. So they could take 2 midfielders, have them run up with your striker and your right winger. That's the problem, is they're playing too far back, I think.
I'm sure there'll be adjustments to come at halftime, and then we're going to get our first substitution on the night, and it looks to be both Classical and Mount Hope trying to get players in, and Classical is not going to get their player in, and it's going to be a Classical ball, and I just guess the referee isn't seeing it on the sideline. Oh, foul called. So the ball went out of bounds, which would have allowed them the substitution, but they actually called the foul. Good jump there and a save from Gary's. And then he rolls it right across the 18. Again, that progressive play out of the backfield that we've seen Mount Hope trying to see if they can build from that final third. Here's a long shot and a score. So Classical gets first on the board as it comes on a long ball off the foot of the 10 of Chris Vargas. And in high school, unlike in internationals or the professional levels, the clock does stop on goals, so we stop with 32:53. We will not have any added time, etc., after the course of a half. And we also play 40-minute halves rather than 45s, so 10-minute shorter game. And, you know, one of the things that we talk about so much, and especially in soccer, is that the first 5 minutes of a half are very tricky. You got to make sure that you're very good on those first 5 minutes and a half, very good on the last 5 minutes of a half.
Early starts. That's really the key, is an early start, and that's, you know, Chris Vargas was one of those playmakers we were touching upon earlier for Classical.
As Mount Hope's going to get a free kick here on the obstruction call, and that looks to be the 12 of Aiden Hudak in place.
I wasn't sure if the referee was going to play advantage there or not, but Ukes will take this free kick. Could be a dangerous set piece here for Mount Hope.
Yeah, it's called waiting until the very last second to see where the advantage goes, and nowhere there. That one right into the middle of the mixer, tried to be bumped around by the 19 of Canario, and then it's kicked back out. Hudak got tripped down. No call that time for the referees, and Classical has it. Under the foot of 24 Kelly as he gets that one over across for Rosal. Rosal tried to send that one back through the middle. Hudak decided to take matters into his own hands. Kelly mishit that one out of play, and it may have glanced at the last second, and he got lucky as it hits off Aguiar. Through the middle, as Classical tries to switch back out to the corner once again, and they are using Torrin Kelly very heavily on that near side to our broadcast area. And we have seen him touch the ball a number of times here in the first 10 minutes of this half. The 19 of Canaria right in front of Kelly as Wilson tries to track that one down the touchline. Wilson's going to come across, curling shot that is easily into the mitts of the Classical keeper.
So we see early what Mount Hope's trying to do, right? Get to the ball to the feet of Jesse Wilson. But I think if they really play, they've been strong in the central parts of the field, central parts of the box and central midfield. I really think if they start to move it more that way, take your time in the box, don't rush it, but don't take too long. That could be the key.
They're still trying to play that progressive from the back third through the center. Hudak's going to try to work this one. A little bit not enough on that one as it goes up through, and then will be pushed back by Classical from behind. Got knocked down, the 4 of Martins. First time we've seen Josh Martins in true action tonight in the starting 11, but really has not been active until that play right there. And a collision of 3 white jerseys and 3 black jerseys, and they'll just call the ball dead, and Classical will go ahead and get a free kick. Jared Weissman.
High free kick.
Sent that one, way up to the opposite side. He was trying to switch field, clearly. Comes down. Martins for Canario. Canario pushes that one forward for Nenka. Nenka's going to try to go opposite side. Nenka needs a little bit of help. Gets tripped down and still controlled the ball. Advantage continues for Mount Hope for a moment. And now we're going to get a free kick for Classical. Back round of about the 35-yard line of the football field, 40-yard line. That one goes straight through the middle. Spinning as they were looking to try to release someone from the back line, and had a step further gone the 9 of Anderson Rosal, he would have been called offside.
That's something I think both teams have been really good at, is watching their offside, because normally we see, a couple offside calls, but I think, especially with the amount of good runs we've gotten lately, shows how disciplined these two sides are.
And everybody watching that line very craftfully, knowing that offside, I think one of the most consternating penalties called in soccer. You can literally be a toe and the referee will call you for it. A Wednesday evening, as the sun will say has set behind the clouds here in Bristol, Rhode Island. It is a nice and toasty 65 degrees, which is at least with dry weather after the last 2 days that saw the entire Rhode Island, New England area get inundated with a huge rainstorm. And some of the pictures and video that I know have got on the news nationally of like the Thurbers Avenue curve in Providence and of the streets just absolutely flooded out was quite a sight to see. And hopefully everybody was safe and sound, and everybody's houses as well are safe and sound. We got through that. As we continue on here, this is turned by that 9 in white of Rosal. Rosal sends that one right through the middle, came right back at him, and then it was kicked hard into the midst of Garris, and that looked like that came off of the 10 of Vargas. Chris Vargas, last season for Classical, was an absolute sensation on their run into that state championship game against Barrington. And they're going to certainly look for a lot from him as the season progresses. Long way until the late October, early November weeks, and we get to the state playoffs. This is game 1 of a season that usually involves about 15, 16 games to it.
Very long season. Not long, like eerily long, but long enough where you've got enough time to make an impression.
Canario, switch field opportunity there. Bounced off of the knee of the Classical 4 of Thomas Breen and came all the way back trying to slide for it. Was Martins. Back in again and into the final third of Classical, but Mount Hope still looking for offensive possession into that final third, save for somebody running down the side. We've seen a couple of good runs from Wilson. Saw a good run on the opposite side from Nenka. And 3 quality shots on net so far for Mount Hope, but Classical has had the better side of it as they have 1 on the board.
And Mount Hope was starting earlier with a high ball press, which is what Classical was using earlier, and it worked to their advantage.
Let's see if they switch here. Classical changing their formation a little bit, running with that 3 up front and then a cam in the middle as they've pushed back a little bit. That 7 of Luis Ariza. And that will be a foul called and a kick coming for the Huskies as they're going to try to go quick start here. Griffin Berardo had that one taken off of him. Rosal lost a handle on it. Mount Hope needs to desperately clear the zone. They will. Good clearance from McDougal in the backfield. As the rain has started to fall once again, and this time a little bit heavier than it did a few hours ago when we arrived. Picked and sent all the way down the field from the 22 of Nick Milanis Mill. And Garris will get right to that one to scoop it up.
I've been impressed with Garris thus far. I mean, he's a freshman, a tall kid, but I mean, looked really poised in net. The task of filling these great shoes doesn't seem to faze him thus far. I mean, I understand he let up that early goal. That was a long shot. He had it, went right through his hands. It happened. It's a long shot. Everybody doesn't quite grasp those long shots, but overall, he's been very, very impressive.
You really don't need to zoom in like that. You can just leave it. That one comes all the way across, and it will be out for another throw for Classical. To the opposite side and trying to make the turn once again. That 10 of Vargas, and it's going to go out, and we're going to have our first corner kick of the day. Rhode Island High School Soccer on Fans Only Sports Network is brought to you by Joseph Lammy, attorney at law. Visit josephlamy.com for more information. By Odyssey Health. Visit odysseygi.com to learn more about groundbreaking concussion protocols. And by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RR Elite Recruits. That one got sent right into the mixer and spun out by the Mount Hope defense. A ball that ping-pongs off of the heads of a number of players before it's finally settled for a moment by Canario. Central for Camello. Outside, looking for a run from Hudak. And coming up quickly was the Central keeper to knock that one out of the way. Aguiar at midfield. Aguiar plays a little pass back. Griffin Berardo had it. Kicking over top was the 6 of Michael Healy. And the rain, not as heavy as it's been the past couple of days, does continue to fall. And we'll see how that starts to affect this field, which has not had a lot of time to dry out. And you can see how soggy the field is just by the amount of possession of the ball that stops where it gets kicked. There is not a lot of movement to the ball on this field, and we normally see this as a very tough and fast field to play on, and it just goes to show how much sog there really is right now.
There we go, maybe a chance for Vargas.
That one went right across and trying to stretch, and finally getting called for offside was Luis Cereza.
Wow, Cereza. You're right, though. The rain really picked up. It's not bad. It's not as bad as it was this past week, but at least from when we got here, it was on for like 2 minutes. It stopped. You can tell that ball is not moving at all.
I thought that they called Ariza for the offside, but did they actually call Mount Hope for a foul back at midfield prior to that, as Classical's going to get the ball on a free kick? The referee was standing right at the line, or at least the side referee was standing right at the line for offside when the whistle blew. And that one's going to bounce right off of the head of another Classical player and almost landed right to the foot of Rosal in front of Garris, and it'll get pushed forward. Mount Hope's going to get a free kick, but they're going to have to bring it back a little bit. 18 and change left to go here in this first half.
See, Mount Hope is doing the right things. I think they're just going to be a little more patient in the attacking third when it comes to shot selection. It's not been bad, but it hasn't been good at the same time. Where I think if they get another chance, it's a really tough classical defense. If they get another chance, pick your right shot. They're bound to get one just by the way that just how aggressive they've been.
2/3 of the way through this first half, and so far seen a lot of good things and also a lot of things I think still to work on as well too. But like as we said, it's game 1 of the season, and there's Garris with a little bit of a mistake as he sent that one right into the back of Rosal trying to clear it, and it's going to go for a corner. Or no, they're going to say it did not deflect back off of, so it's actually going to be a 6. Garris got lucky because of the way he all of a sudden flicked his the way he flicked his arm at a second. I thought it hit him when it came back off of Rosal. It does not. And they go again for that progressive play out of the backfield. Getting his jersey, his arm, and just about everything on his upper body tugged. This is a 7 of Parker Camello. That is dangerously close to a card. I would have told Camello to go to ground. Just take the fall.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get the card. Getting tripped from behind, and that's going to be a card.
That should be. Let's see.
Or is he just going to have a conversation with Vargas? He's going to have a conversation with Vargas. Parker Camello was right there as well, next door. He just wanted to make sure. And a little tic-tac-toe play, and here goes a good possession. Hudak sends that one across, bounces off of the chest of Thomas Breen, and then came back. Classical tries to spin that one through the wickets of Jenny Lopez. Yanni Lopez tries to move that one forward and cannot. 11 on 11 there as Lopez battled alongside the 11 of Carson Correa. Pushed out of the touchline once again, and another throw. And we're not tracking throw-ins, but I would venture to say Classical's into the double digits already in this half.
No, you're right. I mean, they've constantly been on the right side of those 50-50 balls, getting throw-ins, chances created out of them as well. It's a very good half from the purple.
Still 15 and change left to go in this first half, and just the 1-0 score line on that long distance shot from Ariza. And it's been really Ariza, Vargas, and the 9 of Rosal that have been the 3 up front for the purple. And we've seen good shots out of the 3 from Wilson and Nenka and Hudak, but they have not been able to break the bank so far for this Huskies team. Getting pushed off of that one was Nenka as he tried to get it through the middle.
A couple Classical players ran into themselves. Whistle.
And Griffin Berardo was trying to battle through that middle with Parker Camello, and they decided to say that Camello was obstructed. I'm still not used to seeing Robert Lewandowski and Barca in the same sentence.
Oh, no, me neither.
Lewandowski hit 3 for Barcelona.
Oh, did he?
As they cruised in their championship win. Of course, Napoli surprising Liverpool as the surprises in Champions League Day 1 continue.
What's the biggest surprise? Thomas Tuchel getting sacked by Chelsea.
Well, I mean,
Man, I honestly didn't see that coming.
3 wins out of your first 6 matches in the Premier League, and then you lose your opening Champions League match 1-0 when you're the defending champions. Right. You know, like it's not a great way to start the season.
It's not.
Good play here, and that one is an awesome opportunity.
Yes.
Running down the opposite side as the goaltender was coming out and sliding for it was Wilson, and he was just a shade off.
If he stayed on side and they had even 2 more people up front, that's a tie game, I think, because there was nobody on that. Mount Hope had 3 players on the left side where Classical had nobody on that left side.
They switched Wilson to the opposite side, and now he switches back to our side, but he was on far side or near to the bench side on that last play, and maybe Mount Hope saw something off of it, and we'll see if Wilson ends up going back on that corner once again. Here's going to be Wilson trying to go near side touchline to us. They don't get it completely to him, but Mount Hope in the last 4 minutes really has started to dominate control of the ball, started to come into their game a little bit more.
That's what they needed to do. That's why I think whoever was going to control possession of this game would win.
Martins moved that one forward as it comes through the middle. Parker Camello. They continue that switch on the outside for Aguiar. A little bit of a mishit as it rolled up the shin of Pereira. Good play to chest that one through. Nenka tried to move that one on the outside. Nenka's going to pick this one back up and carry again through the alleyway. And he'll be dispossessed and comes up skipping a little bit. And Thomas Nenka may have gotten his foot stepped on. We'll get a whistle for substitutions. Of course, a free substitution rule in high school, so players that go out can re-enter. Limited substitution rule, we should say. Can't just go out and in as many times as you wish in a half. If you get pulled out once, you can come back in. You get pulled out a second time, that's it for you for the half, and that goes through the NCAA as well. It's the same rule the college plays. Then you get into the upper levels, and if you get pulled out, you're done. Yeah. That's your day. Good night. Put on your trackers and take a seat on the bench. I just Britished myself for a second saying trackers.
I liked it though, because I was about to say dressing room. So like,
just put on your trackers.
Nothing wrong with the British.
Put on your trackers and sit on the bench.
Oh yeah.
How many times have I watched Bend It Like Beckham? On the outside for Aguiar. Aguiar will move that one forward. Good turn through the center and trying to continue the possession there. Was the 14 of Berardo, and I think a miscommunication between him and Wilson as Wilson did not make the run where he thought it was going to go. Picked up briefly before it will be booted away to midfield by the Classical keeper. Berardo got knocked down. Easy call for the free kick. No, 10 minutes left to go here in this first half.
So far, as much as I think Classical has been the more aggressive team, other than that, obviously, scoreline, it's been pretty even, I think, thus far, with Mount Hope taking a little bit longer to come into their own, and now they're really controlling possession of this match. But Classical, the biggest difference is their size and I think their physicality. That's what set them apart in this first half.
Wilson had that one go a little faster than he thought it was going to go, and it skips outside of the touchline. So we'll get a 6 as it snuck its way on the right-hand side of the flagpole headed down. Good clear for Classical all the way back to midfield, shielded for a second by Aguiar, allowed for Pereira to get to it. Bounces through the middle. Berardo again, and Berardo right in a wedge of 4 white jerseys. Classical in the all-white kit. Has a very traditional look in soccer. The U.S., the only country in the world that calls it soccer. Everybody else calls it football.
It's like the U.S., Canada, and like...
Canada calls it soccer, believe it or not.
Yeah, is that what I said?
Canada calls it soccer in terms of their international federation. All the teams in Canada use FC or CF for club football,
that's true.
which is really a bizarre thing. But
Right.
it actually is the Canadian Soccer Association. But then you think of like Montreal is Montreal CF,
Right.
yeah, is Montreal CF Club de Football. Toronto FC,
Yeah.
and then Vancouver Whitecaps FC.
FC.
And even outside of the MLS teams, if you go down into the Canadian Soccer League teams, which this is really funny, there is the Canadian Soccer League, or Canadian Premier Soccer League is what
Okay.
it's officially called. But then all the teams use FC or CF.
That's a growing trend, I think, and at least Mexico being the exception. In the U.S. and Canada, like we have now like LAFC and like Minnesota United FC. Taking a more European name, Sporting Kansas City, right? It's as much as I think we're not. I'm not gonna say we're influencing European soccer. I mean,
European soccer is influencing
exactly.
the U.S. finally.
We're just getting good talent over there finally.
A number of U.S. players playing in Europe for the first time.
Yes.
It's almost every domestic league. The major domestic leagues in Europe have somebody playing. The rain has started to pick up even a little bit more, and that's what's causing some of the fog that you're seeing as well, too. That's accumulating on the field, which is why our shot looks the way that it does. We can't do anything about Mother Nature. We apologize for that as much as we can.
Imagine if we did control Mother Nature.
I would just make it sunny and about 72 every single day, and we'd be good. Here's a good opportunity on a ball from the corner of the 18. Aguiar had it, and that got out off of Classical, and I think a corner has been called, and we're going to get the first Huskies corner of the season.
I'm looking for a set piece with Wilson, the main target. Get him to head it in. It's a very big moment, very early in the season, very early in this match. Biggest moment so far.
We'll see where they get Hudak on that backside line of the 18. Runs across for over top of the head of the 7 of Parker Camello. Overshot Wilson a little bit because Wilson was the guy about 4 feet ahead of Camello. Now, Camello was trying to tap back across to Wilson, so you called it. Yeah, you had the kick right. They just overshot that one, and good attempt there by Camello to try to push back.
Yeah, the direction was right, just a little too much on it, but the intent was there. It wasn't bad. It was a good kick, but the defense just now has to respond and create another chance.
Here we go into that last 5 minutes of a half. You have to make sure that you continue to hold where you're at. Don't start to turn yourself to halftime. The orange slices will come. That's going to go up. Handball not called. And they're just going to say inadvertent from Aguiar. And a break for the Huskies there. So Garris will have an opportunity to send this one. Again, that short kick to the outside as they go progressive play from the backfield. And a miscommunication on the line sends it out of play. And we've seen just about every single 6 so far. They've tried to run that progressive play out of the backfield. Certainly something they need to work on a little bit more in practice. Maybe adjust as trying to go down the outside line and getting dumped down hard. Absolutely getting tumbled was the 19 of Maddox Canario, and the card comes out against Vargas. First time you get a foul. Second time you do it really egregiously, the referee has a talk to you, and he already did with Chris Vargas, which is why when you saw Canario literally spin dive, you knew the card was coming out.
Yeah, no doubt. You gotta make an attempt at the ball, and even if you claim you do, you know what? Hit the ball. If you clip the person a little bit, you'll probably get away with it. But nothing egregious.
I don't know if Vargas had anything onto the ball there because Canario was so far in front shielding. That looked like it was all from the body, from the side, and now going over top of the back of the 21 of Mendes was the 4 of Thomas Breen, and that's a good shot from the end. So they put Justin Mendes on that opposite side, and he has sent one for distance.
That was a good look. A little too high, yes, but I think overall that's what Mount Hope wants. Just get shots on net, get long distance shots on net as well. Pick the right time as a foul going against Classical.
Yeah, Classical starting to get a little chippy out there, going up over the back of players a little bit too much on those 50-50 balls, starting to push in as players are making their runs, and this could benefit to Mount Hope if they could try to convert one here very quickly with 3 minutes left to go in this half. If you tie this match, if you can get it honors even at the half, that could be very beneficial and boding well into that second 40. To the outside, away from Berardo, but off of him.
Classical substitution.
Sometimes I feel like when you start subbing with 2.5 minutes left in a half, are you stalling?
Good point.
Musings out of my brain at times during the course of a game. I've seen teams sub it like a minute left to go in the half, and I'm like, why?
Right.
Why?
Right.
That one's going to go off of the head of the 22 of Milanis Mill. Trying to quickly move here is Canario. Canario looking for a switch field. Does find it to the opposite side. Connects there with Mendes. Mendes was looking forward. Trying to get the 12 of Aiden Hudak up the middle.
Get this to that right side. You got to go quick here if you're Mount Hope. Under 2 minutes left. You need a goal.
2 left to go until the half. As it gets pushed along the line, trying to get through was Aguiar on the alleyway. Spun outside. They're going to say yes. It's Mount Hope ball.
Good call.
Berardo with about 1.5 minutes to go. And that one spins again. Off the, I really thought that went off the chest of the 24 of Torrin Kelly, but they're going to say it's Classical ball. So a throw in by Milanis Mill. As we're down into the final 69 seconds of the half. Another ball pushed outside from Aguiar. Milanis Mill is going to have another one. Nicholas Milanis Mill. That is definitely a soccer name. To Garris as he's going to scoop that one up, and the referee decides that actually is the half as he controls the clock, not us. And so we have reached halftime. A 1-0 score. Classical sent one from distance and got it into the back of the net, and they lead the Mount Hope Huskies after 1. We'll take the halftime break. We will see you in about 10 minutes' time. You're watching Rhode Island High School Soccer on Fans Only Sports Network.
To the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the opposing side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the opposing side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the opposing side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the opposing side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the opposing side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the opposing side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 10 to the races, touchdown. And boys back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, they're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races, touchdown. And boys back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, they're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races, touchdown. And boys back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, they're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White.
The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races, touchdown. And boys back out in front, a shot and a score. Into the zone, they're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it! The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice, open goal and a score.
You know,
As we welcome you back, and we are underway here in half number 2 from a rainy Mount Hope High School in Bristol, Rhode Island. Matt Gillis alongside Brady Kutu. A difficult first half for Mount Hope. They started seeming to come back into it more towards that second 20-minute set of the half, but they've still got a lot of work to do here in the second 40.
Yeah, I think especially on the offensive side of the ball where you're getting good chances, but they're just not capitalizing on them. Rushing some shots, getting trapped into a trap defense that Classical is playing. So other than that, really, it's been a really solid half for Mount Hope and really found themselves in those last 15 minutes of this one. And the Classical on the other side, they just got to keep their press up and keep getting those close chances. Once they do, they should. Both teams, really, if they just keep getting more bodies up front and press on the defensive end, they'll put the ball in the back of the net. Mount Hope.
Mount Hope tries to move that one through the center as Hudak tried to get that across to Wilson. And now we're going to have the ball being controlled a little bit heavier as the slip is going to start to come into play, as we've seen a number of players already, one sliding on the field and two sliding off of the ball as Wilson goes down, though he was taken down and will get called. Keep your angle down. I don't need to see the trees behind. I need to see the field. Thanks. That one gets moved along. Hudak tried to send that one through the center as it came out of the backfield from the 19 of Maddox Canario. Camelo. As it bounces away from McDougal. McDougal in for Canario. Canario sandwiched by two jerseys in white. Vargas. And they're going to call Canario for the foul against Vargas. I will scratch my head to that one. Hudak taps back once again for Camelo. Camelo tried to push that one off. Dispossessed by the opposite 7 of Ariza. Ariza goes to work that through. Keep your angle down because I'm not seeing the ball. I'm not seeing the play at all. I'm seeing nothing. As it goes to the opposite side. And that's taken out of play. A throw in for Classical. Just bring yourself back further because you're missing everything your side still. Good throw. Right through the center. Tips off of Garris. And that one went right across the line and saved. Credit a save to the 4 of Joshua Martins. And driving through and coming up with the ball heavily is Nenka. Score!
Classical got caught out of position. Really good counterattack by the Huskies. A huge equalizer here. Opening minutes of this second half. We do have a player down on the field for the Huskies.
The 10 of Diego Gonzalez is the injured Huskies player. But Thomas Nenka just pressured that one through two defenders. Had the ball bumped off of him, regained the possession again, and then drives one home to level this one at 1. And we're honors even with 36 and change left to go. And we talked about this coming into the half. We saw that second 20 minutes, Mount Hope's game really starting to click in. Classical starting to have a little bit of control issues, and Mount Hope is able to continue to work that to their advantage here. And it's, again, that first 5 minutes, this time, took them a little bit more than that. We'll say the first 10, so to speak, of the half. They're just a little over that 5-minute mark. 40-minute halves in high school soccer, so they came close. And what they were looking to do, they got within side of that first 5. And Classical did not come out of the halftime break to its best. That one will come all the way across and will tap off of Wilson. With a 4 of Thomas Breen. Breen sends that one into the middle. Nowhere to go there, and down goes a Classical player holding his ankle. I'm not sure if he got stepped on or if he just slid on this wet surface that is getting wetter as the rain continues to fall. A little bit of fog having blown around too. Not too far from the water here. They're going to call Classical for an obstruction foul at midfield, and so it's going to be a Mount Hope kick. That one's going to come all the way across, carefully controlled by McDougal. May have waited a little bit too much, and they were also trying to see if they caught Anderson Rosal off sides. Through the middle and getting spun down again was Canario. No call. And Classical heads the other way, and now Vargas is going to go down, and are they going to card?
I think so. That one came from the back. Yep.
They are going to give a card to the 7 of Parker Camelo, as he got Vargas and Camelo and Vargas, and it sounds like a boxing match with those names.
Yeah.
Have been going at it with each other in the middle of the field all game.
Yeah, it's been getting chippier as the later we've gone on, and I think if he didn't necessarily come all the way from the back, he might have gotten away with it because he came in directly from the backside. You have to card him in that situation. Opportunity here, though, for the purple.
Good kick into the mixer. That one's a free ball, open opportunity, and it's off the side of the net. They're going to say off of Mount Hope on the side, so it's going to be a corner. And it's going to be Torrin Kelly in the corner.
Quick one.
Good corner. Garris went up for that one. Kelly was looking for the Olympico. Actually saw one here last year on this field. Unfortunately, it was not a Mount Hope player. It was a LaSalle player in a girls' game between the Mount Hope Huskies and the LaSalle Rams, when one of the LaSalle girls actually hit one from this corner down to our broadcast left. If you dig somewhere deep into the Fans Only Sports Network Instagram, you'll find the clip of that one. Deep down after all the things that we've done in the year since. If you're not following us on social media, check us out. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, FOSPORTZ. As always, you can follow us on the web, www.fansonlysports. That's fansonlysportz.com. And you can scroll down to the bottom of our website, and you will see an entry field that says don't miss out on Fans Only Sports Network. Go ahead, drop your email address in there, and you can be a part of the Fans Only Sports Network monthly newsletter and get a schedule of our game broadcasts and other news and notes going on around the New England region, part of the Fans Only Sports Network newsletter subscription. 32:40 left to go here in regulation as we're honors even at 1. Rhode Island High School Soccer on Fans Only Sports Network is brought to you by Joseph Lammy, attorney at law in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com. By Odyssey Health, groundbreaking concussion protocol. Visit odysseygi.com. And by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 30 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of the nation's #1 recruiting service. Join rreliterecruits.com today. That is a flash from a camera of a parent in the stands, not lightning. So we will continue on play with just shy of the 30-minute mark remaining in this match. Different start to the second half than we saw in the first.
Yeah, Mount Hope came out with energy, and they came out feeling good. Although they weren't able to get a goal to end that half, they came out with momentum. Classical's been playing a more reserved as
a whistle and a stoppage of play, and
we got a yellow card.
Card issued. And if it was issued to Luis Ariza, is he done? We'll see where this one stacks up. Ariza taking a seat on the sideline, and not entirely sure if that means Ariza's done or if he just is out for now.
They would be playing with 10 men because somebody came on as a substitute.
They did, and so might be that card rule that we've heard.
Nonetheless.
And they are actually with 10 out there. I count 10.
They do have 10.
So Ariza did receive his second yellow card of the game, and therefore the red, and he's out of this game. And Classical is going to have to go 30 minutes with 10 men on the field, and there's Hudak getting into a little bit of a trip and a tete-a-tete with one of the Classical players, and I think that was the 11 of Gianni Lopez in the center. And it was as Lopez kind of limping a little bit, still holding his knee. Wilson tried to push for that one. Now here's going to be an interesting situation with Classical down to 10. How does Mount Hope capitalize on this?
You got to go attack. You're in a 4-2-1-3. You need to change that to a 4-1-2-3, in my opinion, and get those two to just be up front. Get everybody you can up front. The more the merrier. But at the same time, you know what? You're down a midfielder, and Luis was playing he wasn't a true CDM, but he was pretty deep in there. So I think if you could just attack as early and as often as possible, that's going to be big for Mount Hope.
Yeah, Wilson took a slide on this track surface, which is not very giving, unlike some of the macadam rubber style surfaces that we see at other schools. This one is a very hard asphalt-like surface. So we're going to get a throw-in as the ball will bounce around. 29-27 left to go. Breen. Canario for the Huskies. Tries to play with that one in the backfield. Canario gets shoved to the ground by both Vargas. Oh, is Vargas going to get carded? Vargas is gone.
Wow.
Chris Vargas will be red carded from this game. And now Classical's going to play with 9.
I say you change this to a 3-7 formation and just have 7 guys in the box at all times. No, I'm not serious at all. You really
you start playing indoor soccer short field formations at this point or whatever, because Classical has now had 2 players red carded from this game.
You really got to go with a 3-4. I don't even know. Just get as many bodies up front as possible. Even though Vargas was an offensive player.
They just carded Classical's coach.
Wow.
So Classical's coach has just been issued a yellow card now from the referee on the far side of the field. And this game is just all of a sudden getting crazy.
What a way to open the season here on Fans Only Sports Network. You don't see that too often.
Now a conversation between one of the Mount Hope staff and Classical's coach. Luis Ariza has received 2 yellow cards, therefore he's issued a red. He was out of this game. Shortly a few minutes after that, Chris Vargas took down Maddox Canario. He was issued a second yellow card, therefore he is red carded and out of this game. And then in the ensuing moments immediately following that, Classical's coach, chirping at the referee on the opposite side of the field, was issued a yellow card. And so far, he's still involved in things. But now Classical playing with 9 on the field against Mount Hope. And somehow this ball bounces off of Rosal and comes back for him to be scooped up by Garris. Pereira. That one again goes wide. Classical somehow is controlling play with 9 players on the field. A very rare situation. Well, they have 10. That one's going to go right in front and kicked away. So maybe that was only 1 yellow card issued to no, Vargas is out. For sure, we know Vargas is out. Ariza, maybe that was only 1, and the coach just pulled him. And we'll correct ourselves on on that one.
That was a boot and a half. I know it was only a clearance, but my goodness.
So that one is sent all the way down through midfield, off the sideline. A whistle now. I think they just want position of the ball. Yeah, the referee just backing the Classical player up, and Classical still continuing to control the pace of play here. Gianni Lopez tried to send that one through. Wilson is going to overlap himself, and Jesse Wilson's going to go for a run. Wilson with a little bit of speed to the end line will get shoved out and still at least earns the corner off of that one on a hard-pressed ball from Jesse Wilson.
That was a beautiful run there by Wilson, beating his man to the ball. Took some really long touches. They're actually going to give it a goal kick here.
A whistle again. Yeah, not
sure
sure
why there's a goal kick.
Not sure where that one was a goal kick from, unless the referee on the opposite side decided to call an overrule. Jared Weissman ended up clearly looking like he was the last person to touch that ball. They try to go through the middle again. Berardo works that one. Onside ball for Nenka. If Nenka can get control of it, it slides away from him. Still fighting for it. Nenka against Breen, and that one goes out, and it will be Classical ball. But a good run from Wilson, and then a good run from Nenka.
That's a good slide tackle right there.
Berardo came across the 6 of Healy, took him out of the play. That one will go well off to the far side touchline and will not be able to be controlled by Anderson Rosal. And now we'll get substitutions. And it looks like Hudak's going to take a seat as they'll bring back in the 7 of Parker Camello.
A whistle. And a foul going against Classical.
And this one turned back around again for Wilson as he took that one off of the 24 of Aiden McDougall. And still, this is, again, the same problem that we saw Mount Hope have in the first half. That progressive play out of the backfield, only getting as far as midfield before they get bottled up and pushed back in. Another foul here against the Huskies.
Because I find that progressive style of play doesn't necessarily translate well when you have a high-press defense like Classical. That's why they keep getting caught up in midfield. Where if you're going to play a press, you can be progressive to an extent where at one point you do need to take the moment, slow it down, and then speed up again. And I think Mount Hope's gotten a lot better at that in this second half.
They are not going to allow for Mount Hope to substitute. It's a Classical ball. But they're immediately trying to get Hudak back into this game. And a good pick by Garris out of the air, as that one came right at him. And Garris with a boot to midfield. Bumped in his back was Nenka. So it'll be a Mount Hope free kick from midfield. Quick started by Camello. Switch to the outside. They look for Berardo. Berardo sends that one to the far side touchline. A bit of a stutter step there from Mendes. Carried again by Rosal. Rosal works through. McDougall went and got it. As there was plenty of people in the stands yelling, Aiden, go get it, for Aiden McDougall to take a step up And he does just that.
Yeah, the
Pereira. My apologies. Go ahead.
No
Brady.
worries. I was going to say the fullbacks have played a really solid game for the Huskies. McDougal in particular coming up on the ball when he needs to. Creating chances. Oh, it looks like a poke to the eye there.
That is a couple of times that we've seen Maddox Canario go down spinning and not getting called from the referees. And Canario this time just throws his hands up. Sort of doesn't know where to go. Far side touchline again, a battle for it. As Justin Mendez has that one pop up off of him, unfortunately. And it'll be a classical purple ball with 20 and change to go. Rhode Island High School Soccer on Fans Only Sports Network is brought to you by Joseph Lammy, attorney at law. Visit josephlammy.com for more information. Based in Cranston, Rhode Island. By Odyssey Group International. Odyssey Health, visit odysseygi.com. And by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of the nation's #1 recruiting service. Join rreliterecruits.com and sign up for your 7-day free trial today. Matt Gillis alongside Brady Kutu from Mount Hope High School in Bristol, Rhode Island. Our first soccer game of the season, opening night for soccer, actually, in the state of Rhode Island. Nobody's played a game outside of injury fund, which, counts, doesn't count. It's all about sort of emotional stature at that point. You only play half of a game. The points don't matter and everything's made up. It's like, whose line is it anyway of soccer? They had the injury fund games, and now you get in for real. This game goes to the regular season record and starts to really write what is going to be your script. Are you going to be a playoff team again for another year? Are you going to have a deep run in the state playoffs, or are you going to be done at Halloween?
I think for both of these teams right now, they look like playoff teams just by the way that they've attacked, their physicality, as well as another chance here.
That's a good run right to the middle. Diego Gonzalez needed a bit step too far, and he would have gotten that one. McDougal was able to shepherd it, coming back from the classical side to get the throw in. A whistle as that ball snuck all the way through to Garris, but they are going to call Mount Hope for an infraction, and it's going to be classical ball back at midfield. So Breen with the kick. Good boot inside of the 18. Did not get that one completely into the mixer, but had it tracking towards that. This is going to go all the way back. Nick Milanis Mill in the backfield.
Classical still preserving the clock, wasting it.
They're really shepherding this game with 10 players on the field, trying to make sure that Mount Hope doesn't have the ability to get through. They've gone back into that high press that we were talking about earlier. That is a handball again, not called. That's the second time that we've seen a handball not get called in this game. One each direction as they try to push that one through again. They're really looking to release Diego Gonzalez in that center. That seems to be the modus operandi right now for the Huskies, is to push Diego Gonzalez through the center. They've got Wilson on one side. They can push Nenka, or currently right now they've got the 7 of Parker Camello out on the other side, but it seems to be that Diego Gonzalez is the choice. Continued along here by Classical on a throw-in from the far side touchline. Deep in the corner. Taken away by the Huskies. Craftfully worked forward. And taken away again by the purple.
So Vargas is back.
Yeah,
out
we're gonna
there.
have to double check what the yellow card rule is for the high school this year, because Vargas is back out on the field now, and I'm pretty sure he was issued a yellow card early in the game. He should be out of this game.
Because there's 10. There's still 10.
They still have 10.
It was Ariza.
But Ariza's right there in the center of the field.
What?
Yeah, which is why I'm saying we've got to check what the yellow card rules are.
It has to be that if somebody is red carded,
You're out. You're done. That's it.
that's what it should be.
But Vargas is back there in the middle of the field.
So
Ariza.
it should be just you play with 10 men. It doesn't matter who the 10 men are. That's what it seems to be.
Yeah, which would make no sense, because
Right.
if you're out, if you're the one issued the yellow cards, you need to be out of this game.
Right.
That one's going to be cut by Garris. Garris boots that one all the way back to center. Gonzalez tries to turn that one himself. Diego Gonzalez tried to make a run, got lost on possession of the ball, came back in the middle for Berardo. Berardo tries to push that one. Camelo got stuck. Vargas now for Classical. Chris Vargas fires one. Garris makes a huge save and then dives away again to pull one off of the approaching Anderson Rosal.
That was class by Evan Garris. I mean, beautiful diving save all the way across his body. It's what you want to see from your freshman keeper.
I should be able to see the throw in. I can't see the throw in. I can't see the throw in. That one again goes on the opposite side, and looks like we're going to get a corner called. Good ball sent into the mixer, bounces across and right over top.
One of the better chances Classical's had all match. Little too high. Greece getting things restarted for Mount Hope. 13 and change to go, a giveaway.
They're stuck right now, and now the Huskies are going to finally work that one out the side. Here's an opportunity for Wilson. Wilson's going to get an overlap from Nenka, and Wilson got peeled off of that ball by Breen. A lot of purple in the stands tonight, which will confuse you, because there is the Mount Hope Huskies, which are also purple and white and black. Then you have Classical, which is also purple, white, and black. And that's going to confuse you. You see people in purple screaming when Classical gets the ball, and we're like, hey, wait a minute, what? Oh. The Mount Hope Huskies against the Classical purple, but yet both schools, purple a primary color. 12-20 as we approach deep here. And that one got away from Garris and will be called for a corner.
That was way too close. Garris got a touch to it, barely.
Yeah, a sigh of relief.
Yep.
Breathed from the Mount Hope faithful.
Tomorrow you've got two teams that have black as their primary color. You got West Warwick and Cranston West tomorrow?
West Warwick and Cranston West, though, luckily, in that respect of it, West Warwick being home should be in their black jerseys with the orange numbers. Cranston West will be in either white or gray with red numbers.
Okay.
So we're not going to see that. And yeah, that's one of the things thankfully helpful in what you were talking about with Cranston West during football season is they'll wear either white jerseys or gray jerseys. So we will see that. But yeah, football season begins tomorrow, and I know everybody, of course, obviously is talking about the LA Rams Buffalo Bills game tomorrow night that kicks off the NFL season. But we have high school football tomorrow on Fans Only Sports Network, 6 p.m. kickoff right here as the West Warwick Wizards take on the Cranston West Falcons, our first regular season game that we will broadcast from West Warwick High School. We were there about a week or so ago for the injury fund games. Saw Pilgrim against Barrington, and then West Warwick against Tollgate. Barrington absolutely blew out Pilgrim, left us with our heads scratching, and then West Warwick blew out Tollgate and really made us starting to think the way that Cranston West played in their injury fund game. Tomorrow night's going to be fun. That's going to be one heck of a game tomorrow night, and myself and Noah Robert will be on that call tomorrow, as that one's a good overlap ball for Nenka. Nenka's going to try to pick that one up, has to come back across. Nenka takes a shot, has it deflect off the backside of a classical defender. And then getting taken down was Vargas in the center. Good boot all the way back into the lower third for Classical. Comes back for the Huskies. Inside of the final 10 minutes of regulation, going up the backside was Berardo. Berardo came down hard, and we're going to get a whistle and a stoppage of play for sure. No, they're going to let that one continue, and Berardo is going to be able to get back up. Foul called on Mount Hope.
This is a big opportunity for Classical right here.
The rain has at least subsided, which is allowing for the skies to somewhat clear. Vargas boots that one into the mixer, punched back out by the Mount Hope defense. Nenka let it settle, tried to go forward for Hudak. Hudak gets tripped from behind, and the call will be made. Good overlap for Nenka. Nenka's going to have that one come forward. Wilson on the opposite side. Nenka couldn't get it across. Did it deflect off of a Classical player? It did, and it's a Mount Hope corner.
This is interesting.
Mount Hope was almost confused for a second. They were trying to set back a little bit, but it is a corner. Maddox Canario is going to carry a ball, and this is a really good opportunity for the Huskies.
They can't get this in at too tight of an angle. If you get it out to just about the 4-yard, try to find Diego Gonzalez.
That's right on the 6, and it's going to be punched away by the head of a defender for Classical, and that was the 5 of Weissman, and offside called. Clearing ball by Classical. Comes back down for Berardo. Berardo tries to weave his way through some white jerseys. Griffin Berardo, looking for a play, is able to glance that one off the side of the 22 of Milanis Mill. And it will be a whistle and a stoppage of play, as that will go outside, and now looks like a shoe error for a Huskies player. So they're going to let him have an opportunity to fix his shoe. Or no, now he's down on the track area. So was it a cramp? 6:52 left to go. Calls for a shoot it from the crowd as Parker Camello had an open lane. Has that one taken away from him. Craftfully on the defensive side is Sebastian Manes. Getting sent up over top of the back of Canario was Vargas. Here's a nifty little ball across the mouth of the goal, and a little bit too far behind was Gonzalez. Out of play for Classical to take a throw in. Trying to step over top as Manes was able to push it out, allows the Mount Hope defense to come back a little bit. 6 left to go. Come down, come down, come down. There you go. Good throw in. And an opportunity across, and that one is scooped up by Garris.
Not a bad shot from Vargas at all.
Oh, Garris sends that one. I almost for a second was going to catch myself and say Ryan Garris. Ryan Garris is a women's soccer player for University of South Carolina who is a top player in NCAA D1. Evan Garris is the goalkeeper for the Mount Hope Huskies. That one is shepherded through
Great
for
ball.
Diego Gonzalez. Gonzalez will get that one pushed away, and they're going to say tipped off of Gonzalez's toe. And so we're going to have a ball for Classical. And they're positioning as Weissman is trying to throw this one in, and always and forever, as many years as I have played, coached, watched soccer, on throw-ins, they're always trying to creep forward as much as they possibly can without the referee calling them for it. It's like a thing. Through the middle and getting obstructed was the defense for the Huskies. Could have said that was Aguiar or the 7 of Camelo.
Good press by Classical.
Gonzalez. For Camelo. Came back again for Martins. Trying to push forward is Canario. Canario getting his jersey tugged in his body as well. They're just going to say out of the touchline, and it'll be a throw-in for the Huskies. A little bit of a spinner ball there, maybe a little wet from Sebastian Manes. Gonzalez is in the middle of 3 white jerseys. Has that ball bumped away, and it's going to be a Huskies throw again. 3 left to go here in regulation. For Classical now, for Breen. Popped up. Comes down, Camelo will send that one, and they're going to say that Camelo was blocked by Rosal. And so it's going to be a Huskies ball. Opportunity quickly if the Huskies can work here inside of 3 to go. Nenka, handball has to be called. It will, as Nenka flicked that one, and Weissman just batted it like a volleyball player.
This is huge for the Huskies.
So Aiden Hudak's going to line this one up for the Huskies to go deep into the mixer with 2 and change to go.
He's got a shot at goal.
Hudak curls one, comes off of the foot inside of Camelo and over top.
No, great set piece there by the Huskies. You saw what they were trying to do, get a little one touch into the top of the net. It's Classical now.
Careful the other way goes Gianni Lopez. Lopez drops that one back for Vargas. Vargas dances around with it, gets bumped by Gonzalez. Vargas sends that one to the far side. Hard shot, hit the crossbar. and came back out, and offside may have gotten called in the process. But Ariza hit the crossbar.
I think it might have been Vargas that was a smidgen offside. That was
We do not have VAR.
no VAR.
No VAR here. Still quickly with a minute and change left to go. Wilson down the side looking for Nenka up the backside of his heel. Tries to turn that one back. Looking once again. Aguiar for Wilson. Wilson's going to get tripped. Arm's going to go up. Foul's going to be called. Here is a crucial set piece for the Huskies from deep.
You got to be looking for Diego Gonzalez, perhaps, right in that 6-yard line.
They're going to send Thomas Nenka into the center along with Gonzalez as well. So this is either Gonzalez or Nenka on a run. Jesse Wilson will take the set piece. Wilson, good ball. Camelo, saved. It overshot a little bit, but Parker Camelo in perfect position. Hudak in the center. This one races all the way back. Trying to go for it on the far side is Correa. Correa is able to peel that one off. And Carson Correa dances around with it now as he tries to switch to Camelo for Gonzalez. Pushed all the way back once again. It is kept in the middle.
Oh,
Got in! That one was a ball that slipped away a little bit, too much, from the Mount Hope defense and was poked home by Classical, and it's 2-1. With seconds left to go, our clock is showing 0, so this one is going to be whistled by the referee, and he's going to check his watch a couple of times probably. And then this is going to be, here's Nenka the other way. Thomas Nenka pushed down, no call. That would have been inside the box. Kicked away. And the whistle sounds, and that's it. Classical has come to Mount Hope. And the team that went deep in the state playoffs last year before losing to Barrington starts off their season looking to go deep in the state playoffs again this year as they take the win 2-1 over Mount Hope Huskies, and the Huskies with a little bit of work to do.
I think the Huskies, I mean, this was a good game overall by them. But Classical at the end, they got a little more aggressive in their offensive zone, and we saw with that put-away goal, the physicality from both sides was great. The high ball press from both sides was great. But Classical in the end got a little more aggressive, and they were able to put it away.
We will be back here next week. The Mount Hope Huskies will have a game against Wheeler. That will come up on Monday night at 6 p.m. as you see what's coming up this weekend here on Fans Only Sports Network. As we mentioned, football tomorrow. West Warwick Wizards against Cranston West Falcons. Mount Hope will be back in action on Monday against Wheeler. That'll do it for us here on Fans Only Sports Network. We thank you so much for tuning in. Our inaugural soccer broadcast of the season with plenty more to come. For all of us here at Fans Only Sports Network, thank you and good night.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boys back out in front. A shot and a score. In through the zone. They're right on the post side. Down they've got.